Hi scholars, thank you again for joining us for the C3 lessons. This is our third video of C3 lessons, and I just wanted to give you a brief introduction. I'm actually going to use a video that I made for an 8th grade class, but it's the same material, it's the same lesson, it's the same curriculum. I just wanted to come on here first before I play the video and let you guys know that you are watching the right video, even though as you're seeing the video, it's going to say this is 8th grade lesson number 2. It's actually 9th grade lesson number 3. So you're on the right page, you're in the right spot. This is the correct video. Just as you see the video, if I make reference to it being an 8th grade video, that's just because I used it for 8th grade. But it's the exact same lesson. So I hope you guys like it, and I'm gonna go ahead and get it started. Hi scholars, this is Miss Olguin again. Thank you so much for joining me for our video number 2 of our C3 lessons. This video is going to be on goal orientation, and specifically we want to talk today about how to define backwards planning and describe an example of how backwards planning can be used to reach a goal. And secondly, we want to teach you how to set a goal and backwards plan monthly benchmarks to stay on track. So to start off, we want to talk about what is backwards planning. Backwards planning is when you, 1, clarify the big goal you want to achieve and you set a deadline. 2, identify all the small steps that are needed to reach that big goal. 3, start with the end goal in mind and plan when and how you will accomplish each of those small steps. You start in the future and you plan backwards into the present. Now, backwards planning basically is just when you start by thinking about your big goal and you work backwards to set small little goals or small little steps in order to reach that goal. One of my favorite movies is Home Alone, and in Home Alone, Kevin, the main character, has to protect his house from some bad guys that are trying to come and rob his house. So Kevin makes a backwards plan. He sets a bunch of small little traps in order to reach his big goal of preventing the bad guys from being able to rob his house. So let's watch a small clip about this, and then we'll keep talking from there.
What about you?
Me?
Yeah, you and your son.
We'll see what happens. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
This is my house. I have to defend it.
All right, so in this video clip that we saw Kevin planning to protect his house from the bad guys. What was the big goal? Well, Kevin wanted to keep the bad guys from robbing his house, right, to defend his house. And what were some of the small steps that Kevin took? Kevin set small individual traps in order to be able to achieve his goal. So he had, for example, a burning hot doorknob. He had ice on his front steps. He had tar on the basement steps. He had put micro machine toys on the wood floors. I mean, he just had a bunch of little traps in order to achieve his big goal of keeping the bad guys out. And that is really what backwards planning is all about. It's setting small goals, small tasks, small steps in order to achieve a big goal. Now, I can give you an example that maybe we would use at school of what backwards planning is. Let's say that I want to get a 95 in my math class. So to accomplish this, on May 15th, which is about 3 weeks from now, I would need a 93. And then on May 1st, which is about 2 weeks from now, I need a 90. And next week on April 20th, depending on when you're watching this video, that could be this week, I would need an 85 in the class. So that's backwards planning because it's basically looking at the big overall goal of getting a 95 and then breaking it down and saying, okay, if I'm having a 95 a month from now, that means that I need this grade in 3 weeks, I need this grade in 2 weeks, this grade in 1 week, etc. That's backwards planning. A lot of people use backwards planning to lose weight, and they say, a month from now, I want to have lost 10 pounds. That means 3 weeks from now, I should have lost 7 pounds. And 2 weeks from now, I should have lost 5 pounds. And 1 week from now, I should have lost 2 pounds. That's how backwards planning works. You basically set a goal and you work backwards from your goal. That brings me to the exit ticket for today. So the exit ticket, we want you to describe what backwards planning is. So exactly what we just said. It's when you set a goal and you work backwards from the goal to create a plan of action. What is an example of how backwards planning can be used to reach a goal? Well, I gave you the Home Alone example, and I gave you an academic example. I gave you an example about losing weight. So think about your own example of how backwards planning could work. And then number 3, describe how you will use backwards planning to reach a big goal by the end of the year. So this could be, since we're so close to the end of the year, also as you're going into high school, how could you use backwards planning to make sure that you're set up for success in high school? Those are the 3 exit ticket questions. If you have any questions, you can reach me at the information on the screen. That is my phone number, 210-781-5564, and my email, benita.holguin@ideapublicschools.org. Let me know if you have any questions about the exit ticket or about this lesson. Otherwise, I look forward to reading your responses. Thank you.